Boys, I think we're about to be back in business. Let's get it. So I think I figured out my issue. Let's hop in the car. I'll let you guys know. Skirt. Okay, and it's pretty toasty in here. Set you guys up. Okay, we're back in the car. I just want to say fair warning. I don't know if it is 100% this. You know, there might be another couple issues that come up, but I think I found the major issue that's causing my huge misfire at idle and all that sort of stuff. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched my last couple videos, especially my last video that I posted. There was an unbelievable amount of support from everyone. So many comments, so many DMs of people just trying to give me options of this, and this, check that. Like, I got like over 100 comments in less than 24 hours. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, I'm just like such a small YouTuber. So, I don't know. I thought it was really awesome. Just all the support. Everyone just trying to come together and help me out. And in that video, I was obviously really sad. I was sad. I was like thinking about like selling the car. There's a bunch of people like DMing me, like kind of like mad that I said that. It was definitely like more so like an in the moment thing. I'm not gonna sell the car. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I think I'm gonna have to keep this probably forever. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to keep it forever. If I was to ever get a GTR, this would not be leaving. I don't plan on getting a GTR really anytime soon. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, moving on to, oh, hold on, I need to roll these windows. It is friggin' hot. Friggin' hot. Okay. So moving on to what I think the issue is. So back when I was assembling my engine, I didn't have the proper tool to hold the ABCS gears themselves to torque down the bolt that goes through it in the middle. And normally, but with the ABCS style, there's a locking pin and a whole sort of mechanism that's supposed to be held together. They make a special tool to hold the gear instead of the cam, if that makes sense. Instead of holding the cam with a wrench and then torquing down that bolt, you're putting a lot of stress on the locking pin that holds the ABCS gear together at idle or when it's off. It's really hard to explain this. I could visualize it really well. Essentially, it's bad to hold the cam and torque it down for the ABCS because you can cause damage to that locking pin. And I'm not taking credit for this. I was reading like forums, and I finally found a guy that seemed very knowledgeable on the subject, and that's basically why they make those tools, so you don't damage anything. So what I was trying to say is, I have the tool now, and I used it for all the other cams, except this one camshaft that I'm going to take full credit for it, even though my friends were pressuring me to get it all finished. Once I got the proper tool, then I used the proper tool on all the other cams. But the one camshaft, I held the actual camshaft and then tried to torque down the bolt. It just didn't feel right. And at that moment, I want to say we even like almost over torqued that one because it was really hard to get a feel for it. We weren't doing it right. We were freaking holding it all like jank. And that's the one cam that's giving me issues. Is that a coincidence? Maybe. It is a possibility. But it's really just like pointing all things towards the fact that I think my locking pin got damaged, then I got stuck in the advanced position, and that's what's messed me up. I think my cam gear itself is stuck in an advanced position. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if I said in my last video I found out the problem. My problem isn't a fuel problem, it's not a vacuum problem, it's not a spark problem, it's none of that. It's actually I was running too much advance. I data logged a bunch of stuff. I felt like a legit tuner for a little bit. I data logged a bunch of stuff, looking at all my parameters, looking at everything's good. My AFR was reading pretty lean, and what causes high AFR readings at idle is if you have a lot of advance. So I was like, okay, so I was looking at my AVCS stuff, and you should have basically 0 at idle for the advance, and they should basically mirror one another. Both of the intake cams for both banks should mirror each other and be really close to 0 or 0 advance at idle. And one of them said 83 degrees advance, which is it's impossible, because I believe the maximum is like 35 or 40 degrees advance for that mechanism itself. I might be wrong on that, but 83 is not possible, and the only way people are getting those numbers is something mechanically being stuck advanced, which is my issue. I'm pretty sure is the fact that my gear itself is stuck and is not phasing how it should. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. I tried to explain it the best that I could. Definitely comment down below if you think I'm on the right track. I think that's definitely what I'm just gonna get into today is unfortunately tearing it back down. Got to take out the radiator again just to give me space to work on all that timing stuff. Got to take off the crank pulley. Actually, no, maybe I don't. Yes, I do. I got to take off the crank pulley, take off the timing covers, get that little locking pin for my tensioner, bring that back, take that tensioner back out, take off the timing belt, and then replace that gear. I'm not even going to try to see if it's salvageable. I'm just going to get a new one. I will end up like taking it apart to see if the locking pin is broken, but I think that's what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and cross our fingers that is, you know, send your prayers out for me. And I think that's basically it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next couple days. I don't know how long it's gonna take to actually get that gear here. I don't believe that Subaru would actually have them in stock. Doesn't really seem like a thing that they would be replacing very often. So hopefully I can get that here pretty soon. I'm gonna get that on order as fast as possible. So like I said, I'm really hoping that is my only issue. I also did get rid of my Denso plugs. No longer have those. I bought some OEM NGK like Iridium plugs. I bought like the best ones that they said for Subarus. I bought the best ones for them. They're not one step colder or anything. I will go one step colder, I think, eventually when I get my tune. But I got my different plugs. I'm not going to put them in yet until I replace that gear because I don't want them to get fouled. So I got those new plugs, new gear coming in. Start taking this thing apart, throwing it back together. And that's basically, it's going to be my last shot at it. It's taken all of my knowledge and my time and my mental capacity to figure this out. But like I said, I mean, I think this is going to be kind of like my career, so that's why there was a lot of people saying just basically like give up and send it out to a shop, which I really didn't want to, because if you guys didn't know, I go to school, I go to school for this stuff, so it kind of seemed a little weird for me to send away something that I could learn a lot from, you know what I mean? Because this is going to be my career, and might as well just get the most experience that I can out of something that I actually like a Subaru. So that's like kind of a reason why I didn't want to send it out. But if it's not only the gear with a problem and there's another problem and I really can't find it, then of course I will ask for help and possibly just send the car out. But I'm pretty sure that is going to be my biggest problem, was that gear. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Cross my fingers, hope that is the only issue, and I hope you guys like send some prayers out this way, because I'm more than ready to get this thing back on the road. Don't mind the fact that the shirt's off. Every time I get excited, my shirt comes off. We got some news, boys. We got some news. Beep, beep. It's really cold, so I'm just gonna go in my car. All these conversations happen in the car. So I know I already ended the video, but if you stay till the end, I decided I might as well put this part of the video in as well. Again, I apologize. I probably look super dusty and have no shirt, but that is okay. Picked up the camera just to tell you guys this. I kind of forgot already what I told you guys in the beginning of this video, but I'm pretty sure I said it had something to do with that cam gear being mechanically stuck advanced on the passenger side. Now, what I have done is I went to Subaru to see if they had that gear. I was looking on the forums, and apparently this guy tried to find the same gear as me for that AVCS side on the intake, and his was like 2 weeks out, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to wait a while. So I go to Subaru, and they have the gear in stock. And I was like, wow, that's really weird. Like, wasn't expecting that. So then I was like, okay, I might as well dive into this thing. So started putting in work, drained the radiator, took the radiator out, took everything out of the way, power steering line out of the way, and timing covers off, tensioner off, time belt off. Had a couple hiccups, but I finally got everything off, time belt off, and I was trying to get that gear off to see what was going on with it, and I was having a really hard time getting it out. So I finally got it out with a lot of force. I just basically shocked it loose, and I don't remember that the first time it coming out. So then I look at it, and I'll pop a picture right here of what I found. Tell me if you guys see anything weird with this photo, and I'll show you the new cam, what it looks like. That's what the difference is. Okay, if anyone spotted the difference, you're a savage. I found this on one forum. Someone, so if you guys already couldn't tell, the alignment dowel for the freaking cam gear to the cam itself was put into an oil hole, not the freaking hole it was supposed to go into. Wow. Wow, there's my mechanical advance. Yeah, so basically a alignment dowel is supposed to align the cam gear, right? Somehow, someway, the Subaru gods were looking at me, and they weren't liking me that day. And when I put that cam gear on, I freaking aligned it with the oil hole, not the dowel hole. So one, I was blocking oil to getting in there or coming out. I don't know what hole that was. And also, the entire thing was off. Yeah, so somehow my engine didn't explode with it being off. I think it was off like a tooth and a half probably, which is a lot. And I'm really hoping that nothing hit anything. I think I would have heard it, and I don't think the car would be running if I had bent valves. You know what I mean? So I don't think that being off that a tooth or tooth and a half really did anything super harmful. I hope, because I think I would have noticed that as well if I had like bent valves and stuff. So. Anyway, that was the issue. The freaking alignment dowel was in the oil hole, not in the hole it was supposed to be in. You can make fun of me all you want. It is pretty embarrassing. I honestly wasn't even really gonna tell you guys, but I decided you guys deserve to know absolutely everything. And I'm proud of my mistakes. You know, I figured it out. It took me a really long time, and I wasn't gonna give up. And it feels really good to say that I finally figured out how it was physically possible for that issue to happen. So gonna go ahead and cross my fingers that everything goes well. I'm gonna get a new alignment dowel and line everything back up how it's supposed to be, and put this thing back together and see if everything's all good. I believe it should be. Yeah, so that is that. It is it's a pretty crazy day. A pretty crazy this car took me for a little whirlwind. That was a doozy. It's very, very difficult to find out, but I definitely wasn't going to give up. I appreciate all the support, as always, that you guys give me every single day, and all the DMs that I get and all the comments that I get. I really do appreciate all that. That is literally what motivates me to make these videos and keep pushing through and getting this car back on the road. It's literally all you guys, just all the love. I can't even tell you. So, basically where I'm at now is I'm going to call GSC tomorrow to see if they will send me a dowel, and then I'll just tap it in to the cam and then line everything up. And if not, then I have my old cams, and I'll just pull one of those dowels out of the old cam because I have the correct tool to pull dowel pins out at school. So I'm going to take my cam up to school tomorrow, see if I can get it out all good, see if everything fits up. And that's basically where I'm at. So this did happen to one other person on the forums. They ended up lining it up with an oil hole, same as me, same symptoms that I found. So shout out to that guy, whoever told me not to align it like that. So yeah, you can, we can all have a good laugh in the comments that Alex friggin' didn't find the right hole. I don't know. We can, if you want to say that. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. I am going to dinner with my friends right now. Going to go celebrate the fact that we finally figured out that freaking crazy problem that I had. I'm very happy. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.